Hey everyone, it's Carissa. Thanks for stopping by today. In this month's edition of the newsletter, I thought I would give you a close-up look at the new MISTI Creative Corners. This is one of the things that we were most excited about from CHA this year, and I really wanted to show you this in action because I think it helps you understand the value of this little add-on tool set. Now, I already love my MISTI, and I think it's very versatile and invaluable in my craft room. But I think this little add-on tool set kicks it up one more notch, and I think you're going to love your MISTI even more when you have this little tool set. So it comes with this little L bracket. Now, this can be used kind of along the corners that already exist within your MISTI, or you can use it to stack with these magnetic corners to create even more of a gap. So this is helpful when you kind of want to stamp something off the edge. Before, the edges of the MISTI would kind of get in the way of you being able to do this. So this allows you to bring that corner in and allow you to stamp off the edge of a card project. Now, the cool thing about this is you can kind of move it around within the platform of the MISTI. This larger L-shaped piece doesn't have any magnets built in it, but you can see those smaller corner pieces do have the magnets built in it. So it kind of helps you keep them in place. Now keep in mind, if you push on these too much, they're going to move around within that platform or that stamping area of the MISTI, but these will become valuable if you want to stamp more than one piece, or if you need your corner along the left-hand side, as in my case here. I know some people stamp the opposite way where their plastic piece is on the right-hand side. I think you can use this either way. This is how I use it. But I'm just kind of showing you here. If you need a corner up in that upper left-hand area, you can create a corner, have something to rest your cardstock against, or you can use these to space out from the edge of the MISTI, which I'm going to show you here. It also comes in handy when you're kind of stamping a little sliver of paper. You can put this on either side. Now, my sliver is a little bit large to kind of properly demonstrate this, but you can see how that can come in handy. Now, here's what I'm talking about stamping off the edge of a card front. Now, before, those edges of the MISTI, that pink ruler edge, kind of would get in your way if you wanted your stamp to hang off of the edge of your card front. With these new MISTI Creative Corners, you can create a corner that's further in from the edge of that platform that allows you to stamp off the edge of the card front. Now, in addition to all of these cool corners with the magnets and the L shape, there's also these couple of triangle pieces that have a couple of angles on them. I'm going to be using this triangle piece today to create an angled sentiment all over the front of my card. So each time I reposition this stamp, I'm going to use the angle along the edge of that triangle to assure that I have the same angle every time I stamp this piece. Now, I started by mounting that. I pushed the triangle all the way into the corner of my MISTI, and then I used the creative corner there to kind of move the cardstock up so that I could stamp my first sentiment where I want it. And I've gone ahead and just inked it up with some Tide Pool ink. I'm going to use a variety of colors of ink here, and then I'm going to stamp it onto my card front. Now, because the MISTI is awesome for creating multiples, as long as I was going to do this and reposition this stamp several times, I thought I would make multiples of this card. And my goal here is to kind of create a more masculine card project that you can give to all the guys in your life. So I'm going to keep my stamp in place until I'm done stamping all 9 of my card fronts, and then I'm going to move my stamp. I'm going to make sure that I have that triangle pushed into the corner again. I'm using my MISTI Creative Corner up there in the upper right-hand corner to kind of give me a little space and position this stamp exactly where I want it on the card front. And when you place this triangle into your MISTI, you want to make sure it's pushed against an edge so that all of your stamping is on the same angle. Now, once I get that where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and re-ink this stamp. I cleaned it, and I'm inking it now in some Altenew. This is the Lava Rock. This is a really dark gray. So the first stamp that I did on all of these card fronts are going to be like the only bit of color, or true color, I guess. The rest are going to be an ombre gray that I have on all of these cards. So I used a variety of ink colors to stamp that first sentiment, and now I'm going in and I'm going to fill in around it. So like I said before, each time that I stamp, I'm going to move my stamp. I am going to position it using that triangle tool, and then I'll use those MISTI Creative Corners with the magnets in it to keep my paper in the position that I need it to stamp this in the exact same place on every single card front. Now I'm going to continue stamping this entire card front with kind of an ombre gray color scheme. Every time I move my stamp, I'm going to use this triangle tool to help me line it up on the correct angle. And I'm going to use these magnetic corners to help me keep my cardstock in the same position so that I can stamp it in the same spot on every single card front. Now you can see that if I were stamping off the edge here on this right-hand side, if I didn't have these corners, I would run into some problems with that ruler along the edge of the MISTI there. I wouldn't be able to do it. So these creative corners come in handy for creating all kinds of angles, creating corners within the platform of the MISTI, allowing you to stamp off the edge, and it really does just make your MISTI even more versatile and invaluable in your craft room. So once I got all of those card fronts stamped, I decided I wanted to kind of add some dimension to these card fronts. So I'm using the coordinating Celebrate die from Neat and Tangled to cut out the outline of all of these sentiments, and then I'm going to stamp them in the various colors using the coordinating stamp set that I used to create the background on the front of the card. So I used a combination of Tide Pool, strawberry, butter bar, and lime green inks from Hero Arts to create all of my sentiments here. And this is going to be the one that I pop up there, the one that I originally stamped in the color anyway. I decided I wanted to add some dimension to it. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a double layer of foam adhesive and adding it to the back of those die cut pieces. And then before I adhere them onto the card front, I'm going to go ahead and cut these card fronts down. I cut them down about 1/8 of an inch all the way around just so that I could have kind of a border when I mount these to my card base. And then to add just a little something sparkly, I didn't use any sequins or any gold on these card projects, which I know is a shocker for me, but I did go ahead and add some silver thread behind these die cut sentiments just to add a little more festive feel. And to finish off the cards, I just slid in a piece of this real wood adhesive backed paper. And I just thought that added just a little touch of interest to these card fronts and kind of gave me a more rustic, manly feel. I don't know. I just liked the way it looked. So you can see I finished these cards off. I mounted them to a Basil Card Shop sugar wafer card base, and that completes my cards for today. A really fun masculine project, something that you can easily mass produce using the new MISTI Creative Corners and your MISTI stamping tool. As always, I will have links to all the products used in these projects over at the In Touch blog. You can find a link to that blog post below. All of these products are available for purchase at ellenhudson.com, and I will have links to the featured products in the description at YouTube. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed these projects, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.